Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Tuesday, the 8th day of July 2025. Bandits ambush kill over 70 vigilante members in Plateau State. When you hear bandits, I'm talking about terrorists that carries bomb, kill people, carry sophisticated weapons. Now, Nigerian President Tinubu is stuck in Santa Lucia, a country with less than 5 million in population, and he refused to live there. His ministers are all in the national television talking about the coalition and 2027 general election. The coalition members as well, apart from someone like P2B, are still on the national television just talking about how to remove Tinubu without providing solution to the killings in Nigeria. As in, it seems that Nigerians are lost in the illusion they call a country. Now, Plateau State and Benue State are two most terrorized states in Nigeria. And in these two states, the bandits, the terrorists, they will always send a message before they come. They will send a message that we are coming, and they will come. So it is not a hidden agenda anymore. This is what they are carrying out. And if you really understand how these people gather intelligence, I'm talking about these terrorists they call bandits, you will understand that their intelligence is not just independent. It's like they share intelligence with other security operatives to understand the movement of these people and so on and so forth. Now, vigilante has been the hope of the people. Every village, every community are relying on the vigilante because they feel that the military, the police are compromised. Now, the vigilante has been the victim, has become the scapegoat all this while. I don't really understand why people fail to realize that we are living in falsehood. Up to tomorrow, people are still living on emotion, on sentiment, talking about 2027 that they don't even understand how it's going to be. Now, there is nothing I'm going to say now that I've not said before about how these people are getting weapons, how these people are being sponsored, how these people are, there is a safe haven for these terrorists to operate. And nobody is talking about all these things. What they are focusing is how to grab power, how to return to Senate chamber, how to return. Who are you people really want to rule? Animals? No wonder Nnamdi Kanu said that Nigeria is a zoo. Because you can imagine, Tinubu will not give statement. He will not say, let me rush back. 70 vigilante members were ambushed and killed. He will not say so. What is the value of human being? Even you that will come to my comment section to talk about rubbish things going on. What is your value? Or you think that if you die, someone will not even report it to? Talk less of government to come or government to talk. If you watching me, God forbid, you die today, nobody will talk about it. So when we are talking about all these things, we know what we are talking about. So if anything, God forbid, happens in your community, nobody will talk about it. If Nigeria has not happened to you, people will continue to talk about Nigeria is a good country. Nigeria is a country. Let us not do otherwise. Let us not talk about this. Because it has not happened to you. Maybe you are still finding a safe haven. But I want you to realize that the vigilante people that died, 70 people on a spot, and about 30 persons are missing. In other words, the number could be up to 100. These people have families. They have brothers. They have sisters. You understand? They have wives. Nigeria happened to them yesterday. Now, Daily Post is reporting this. Most of the happenings in the north, apart from Daily Post, I don't think there is any, popular newspaper that always report what is happening in northern Nigeria. Let us understand and analyze what transpired. It reads that at least, mark the word, at least, 70 members of a vigilante group were on Monday killed after bandits ambushed them at the Kukawa and Bunyun communities of Kanam, local government area of Plateau State. The chairman of the vigilante group in Kukawa and Bunyun, who confirmed the incident to our correspondents, said the surprise attack on his team happened when a combined team of vigilantes from different formations in Wase local government area were on their way to identify the bandits' hideout. Now, this is a counter-attack from the terrorists. The chairman of the vigilante group in Wase is saying that they gathered. Imagine where up to 200 vigilantes are trooping going to the spots where these terrorists are hiding out. They mean well for their communities. They really want this insecurity to end. They love their communities. If they don't love their community, they will not stake their life to combat all these things. And that is contrary to what the government stands. And I used to tell people that the government is against the people. No matter the language or how you try to put it, government is against the people. There is no doubt about that. Now, narrating how the attack occurred, Bafa said the team ran into an ambush set up by the bandits who were armed with sophisticated weapons and opened fire on the team, killed over 70 of them on the spot. The vigilante chairman added by the evening of the day, they had conducted a mass burial for the deceased, but feared there could still be more dead bodies in the bushes, as quite a number of his members are still missing and unaccounted for. What he's saying is that, though at the spot they were able to recover 70 dead bodies, they were able to conduct mass burial for the 70 dead bodies, but a lot of people are still missing, probably in the bush, where they have lost their life. So there could be death toll that will start coming out from next tomorrow. Definitely, I encourage them to go and comb the bushes to understand what really happened to them. Now, the article continues that the clash occurred just a kilometer away from the main Kukawa town, when the bandits ambushed the vigilante team as they were heading to a bandits hideout located in the government reserve forest, popularly known as Madam Forest, which shares border with Bauchi and Taraba states, Bafa said. We have buried more than 70 in Kukawa alone, but it is likely that more bodies could be recovered from either side. Our men were overwhelmed by the bandits who carried superior weapons, he added. A resident of the Bunyun village, Musa Ibrahim, who also confirmed the incident in his community, said the bandits killed 10 vigilante members who were providing security in the area as well, and also razed many houses in the community. This is a report from Daily Post. Now, let us talk. You see, the use of drones, the use of binoculars, if you know what binoculars means, it's like that type of mirror that they normally put on sniper for you to be able to, see something that is far away from you. Bandits all over Nigeria, I'm talking about terrorists. Just pardon my use of bandits because it seems that I'm trying to learn a bad thing that Nigerian media normally use. So these terrorists are now using drone and binoculars to track vigilante people who don't have anything. Probably pump action or shoot and run. Last year, no, that was January this year, I did, some videos encouraging some communities to arm their vigilante group. Encourage people in diaspora, call your homes. Anything you know that you can use to empower your vigilante group, empower them. Because time will come, you will need them more than any other person, more than government, no more than police, more than soldier, more than anything you can think or imagine. You will need them. Remember that if you have your family in the market and suddenly the fire breaks out in the market, if you can run away, your families are still there, meaning you are still inside. So if you feel maybe you are not in Nigeria and it doesn't concern you, some things will happen. That place you are, you won't be comfortable anymore. So these are the terrible things that are going on. But you know what? Nigeria care less. They don't care about anything that is going on. They kill destiny. They don't want anything that will take power from them. They need the money and the power. The resting, the human beings in the country, go to hell. It doesn't concern them. And that is why I am telling everyone in Nigeria that political regime change is not the hope of the people. Even though it's going to take 100 years, even though it's going to outlive us, we've got to stick to a solution that will work. Try to read this book, Why We Struck. Type it on Google. Go and read it. Why We Struck, the story of first Nigerian military coup. And after reading it, you go and read Aburi Accord that Gowon had with Ojukwu. I want you to understand that what we are seeing now is just a small thing to what to come, because it has been before. And people like Ojukwu, they saw it and they wanted, permanent solution. If you read the Aburi Accord, you will understand that every state in Nigeria, not even state, each ethnic group is supposed to have their own police and military. so that they'll be able to withstand all these, folks parading themselves. It is what it is. Nigeria is not sustainable.
And of course, we will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of
the operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
as well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the world.
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries, who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project. And it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say, yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not, that you don't have this criminality in. But certainly the way and manner we do it is really excavating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are
within that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics, because as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle. And so if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings and what have you. And that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows and the
let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be, this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will understand
the reason.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if that's...
These forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Sambisa forest, because it is not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes, I mean, they are fantastic. We have met a lot of them who are Fulanis as well. But the concern too is, why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we are already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so, presumably they are Nigerians. I think you get me. That is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kins in all the parts of the country, and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid. You can certainly not say this is the population of Nigeria.